That runner that strangled that mountain
Dude,
lion,
is
dude.
that, so I'm talking with my buddies, Leaster and his buddy. They think that there's no way in hell that was real. I think that
It was
guy
real.
came. You
It
think
was
so?
it was a juvenile cat.
How was he not? They said he had 0 claw marks on him.
Pull it up, Sarah, if you
pull
wouldn't mind.
it up because I gotta know. I
runner
gotta know.
runs,
Too. He's like,
strangles.
dude, there's no fucking way that
No,
guy
I
did
think
that.
he had stuff on his chest and on his face, if I remember right. And I could be wrong.
What is it?
Mountain lion attack
runner,
and then type in strangle.
Yeah, there you go. Strangled.
This?
Yeah, see the guy? Look at his face.
This one?
Yeah.
You want to watch Here.
Sure. Let's watch that one. You might have to give us some volume here too. See what they're saying.
Wait, was that the guy?
Yeah. I should have him on the podcast.
This guy?
We'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. Where
you know
where
who
did
I
this
want to
take
have
place?
on
This
are
take
the
place-
kids that I think it was like Fort Collins or some shit.
Really? So
Yeah.
it's here. Huh.
Everyone was trying to figure out the identity of the person behind it. Well, now that victim's come forward to share his own version of what happened when he went out for a jog and had to fight for his life. News station. The unknown Colorado jogger who survived a mountain lion attack by killing the animal with his bare hands has come forward.
It just seems crazy.
Just a show of hands. Who all is disappointed that I'm not, in fact, Chuck Norris?
31-year-old environmental consultant Travis Kaufman met with reporters Thursday to share his version of that face-off.
I couldn't believe it when I turned. Like, no way. No way.
On February 4th, Kaufman, out on a trail run, heard a rustling in the pine needles behind him. A young mountain lion was stalking just 10 feet away.
As it got close, it just kind of lunged at me, so
he's cut up a little
threw my
bit.
arms up, lashed onto my wrist.
Oh, shit.
And then it just started clawing along my face and then my legs. I was just kind of screaming the whole time, doing my barbarian yell as best I could.
Also known as cougars, pumas, mountain lions rarely attack, with only 20 human deaths in the last century. But encounters
Bullshit.
happen. Earlier this week,
Think there's more?
surveillance video caught a cat
I think
hunting
so. There,
a
dude.
But
Oh,
experts
what
say
is
the
going on
animals
there?
are elusive
A
and
deer?
usually avoid human contact.
It really clicked after I hit it in the head with a rock and it still didn't release my wrist. That at that point, more drastic measures were necessary.
Park rangers say Kaufman knew exactly what to do. He stood his ground, made noise, and waved his arms to appear bigger. He used sticks and rocks while wrestling the animal, but ultimately had to choke it to free himself.
I ended up getting 17 stitches along my cheek here, and then another 6 along the bridge of my nose, and then 2 over here on this side of the cheek.
He also says he'll hit the trail again soon, though from now on, he'll be running with a friend.
I feel really fortunate that the situation turned out the way that it did.
Travis's incredible story of survival bringing with it a surge of popularity, as his girlfriend Annie can attest.
One of my coworkers, her first reaction when she found out it was Travis was, "You gotta lock that down."
And
You gotta lock that down.
I mean,
I don't know if he could do it 2 times.
here's the deal. It was a juvenile cat, right? So we're talking probably 40 pounds, 50 pounds. But still, think about what a house cat can do to you, dude.
Oh, I know. That
Right?
thing would kill you if it was bigger.
Yeah. I mean, and obviously, I mean, if that was a full grown, if that was Derek Wolf's cat,
I
dude,
saw that
that'd
picture
been
over there.
done deal.
Dude, that thing.
that
was
dude
massive.
maybe weighed $130.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a featherweight right there, dude.
Right.
Come on, bro. Like,
So,
but still,
I am gonna have to show
adrenaline kicks
Lisa
in.
that video. Like, so he was cut up. He did have a bandage
Well,
on.
I think the other thing too is he didn't come out for a long time. That was like a month after he actually got attacked. Like he blacked out his identity because he didn't want to fuck with the media. I think for a while, and then he became this living legend.
Yeah.
Dude kills mountain lion
With his
with bare
bare
hands. But those were all the clickbaity things. You know, it doesn't say kills juvenile. You know, the thing wasn't even a year old. So it's just learning how to hunt, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
know what the fuck it's doing either, which is probably why he got attacked. He probably didn't know. I've never
You know,
seen a
this guy,
deer in
like,
a blue
practiced
coat.
jujitsu or-
That's what I was going to say. Does he train at Factory X or
Like,
something?
he had to have known
He
a
had
little
to-
bit. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. He
And
said
dude-
he hit it in the head with a rock, too. I mean, that dude, that's just scary.
feel
I don't
like-
care if it's.
Golly, I don't even know if I could choke out a mountain lion.
I wonder if this is like a triangle or something.
I don't know, man.
His legs or something.
Oh,
But here's
Talk
the
about a
deal
fight for
too.
your
Like
life, man.
cats, they if you do get in an altercation with him too, like he's lucky. I guess it was on his like back. Because so how do you choke it out from your back? Because what they'll do is
understand how you
they'll
choke it out in.
disembowel you.
and they're so squirmy. and
yeah,
and I
man.
don't see how. And that guy's so little. I don't even know how you get. And
Bro.
the average guy trying to hold a grip for a couple minutes, I just don't know. It
We
seems-
had Colorado Parks and Wildlife in here, and they were telling. I was asking how agile mountain lions are. They can, from a standing still position, they can jump 17 feet straight up,
it's insane.
right? And then, like, I think, how fast does a cheetah run? Is it 72 miles
It's
an hour or
pretty
something?
quick, yeah.
I think a mountain lion runs like 65 miles an hour.
Wow.
So it's basically, I mean, that's not.
That's insane.
Yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked. Fixed blade,
Dude,
bro.
and those claws,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's going to be on your back.
yeah, quick.
I think one of the coolest taxidermy mounts that I've seen is at, and I'm not a fan of Cabela's taxidermy. I think is bullshit, but it's cool walking in there. But actually, the one right here in Lone Tree, when you walk into the ammo section, there's one coming out of a tree at you.
Okay.
And I think that's exactly
cool.
what would happen, dude.
Oh, I know. Good luck, man.
Yeah. It was cool. A couple
I hope
years
I never
ago.
encounter a mountain lion in that way.
Me too, dude. And it's funny, man. Like that day that I was telling you that I saw that mountain lion go off through the trees, and I just saw a really long tail. And I was like, man, it wasn't a big cat either. I didn't think. I was like, must have been a bobcat or something. And then I started putting two and two, and it was last light, and I just saw this like fucking 6-foot tail. I was like, oh shit, that was a mountain
Take me
lion,
home.
dude. So I ended up sitting on this wallow that I was on and waiting for some elk to come into there, and I could hear some cows like calling, and there were animals in there. But I had to hike out in the dark. But the funny part is I was on a solo trip, and I met this really cool couple that were from the Western Slope where I was hunting, and they were living in Missouri or something. So they had come back as like an anniversary, like elk hunt trip, but ended up being awesome, man. This dude, Eric, is telling me a story. He'd hunted up there since he was like a kid. And he was like, yeah, this one time, he's like, I looked back in the oak brush, and this is the night before I saw the lion. And he's like, I just saw this pumpkin head sticking out of the oak brush. And he's like, I did like a double take and then turned around again. He's like, it was still there, and it was just like fucking locked in on me. And he said he could see one of its paws sticking out of the oak brush, and it was doing this, like to get
Getting
traction,
ready to
right?
pounce.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So he said he just took an arrow out because he was like, there's no way I'm going to have time to like draw with my bow. So he was holding the arrow, like going to try to stab it and just facing at it. And he said that it just went back into the oak brush and then disappeared, right? Decided like, fuck, I don't want to fuck with this
so
guy.
at that moment, do you get really big? Do you scream and like this guy was saying?
That's what he was doing. He
Is
was
that
just
what
like,
you
come
do?
on, fucker, or whatever he was
Is that
yelling.
what you got to
you know.
do?
I think so, man. Just get as violent as you can. Let him know that you're not a threat.
Yeah.
Boy, they're in for a good fight with you.
Oh, buddy.
But still, I just don't.
I think I feel safer in the octagon.
I don't think you're gonna ever see him coming. That's the thing. I think
know,
they're gonna be on your
stealth mode,
back.
man.
Yeah.